want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem, Kodash. A double honors to the apostles, elders at Great Millstone. Salutations to you, occupation of work and truth and sincerity. Great Millstone, Wisconsin, coming to prophesy the downfall of this society, this wicked society, all right? And according to prophecy, all right, times that we live in are the end, okay? Somebody gets second, oh, not somebody, you get second under 6 and 9. All right? So the times that we live in are the end times, okay? And our job is to prophesy, which means to say before, prophesy, which means to say before the things that's going to take place in the end time. You see? That's why we out here, okay? Go ahead.
Book of 2 Ezra, chapter 6 and 9. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth.
Right, so the main two characters in the Bible is Esau and Jacob, all right? And I know we went straight to the point, but it's telling you that Esau is the end of the world. He represents the end of the world, okay? And Jacob is the world, is the beginning of the world that follows, all right? So we're in the midst of this society being brought down. Esau's establishment, his kingdom, however you want to say it, his society is being brought down, the Edomite power structure, okay? And what's happening is the Israelite power structure is rising, okay? And it's happening through the spirit of the Lord, which is arousing and waking up the children of Israel, all right? You know, you got people that refer to this thing as the Great Awakening, okay? And that's what it is. Now, as we're waking up, we got, of course, opposition, all right? Okay? We got the opposition, okay, who is trying to hinder us in our awakening, all right? Like Vocab Malone, the apologist movement, all right? Which forces, you know, in the shadows that we don't, know exactly, but we know exactly who you are through the spirit, you know, the Edomite power structure, you know, pretty much trying to save, save itself, you know? So go ahead, read it again.
God,
and then it gets, after that, that's 2 Thessalonians 2.
God, 2 Ezra 6 and 9, it says, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth.
Right, so our world is starting to emerge. And guess what? It's emerging with the truth, all right? It's emerging with wisdom and understanding, all right? Because what's happening is the Lord is grooming us to become judges of the earth, all right? And what did 2 Corinthians, the 6th chapter, where it says, the spiritual man judgeth all things, all right? We can get that, and then at 2 Thessalonians, you get 2 Corinthians, where it says, should we not judge the world, you know? And so what the Lord is raising men up, all right, with his understanding, with his wisdom, all right, that eternal wisdom, which is going to transfer over into the new world to come. You see, while this world is imploding on itself and corrupting and corroding, all right, Esau's establishment, we're being raised up in the spirit through the wisdom of the Heavenly Father, through the Harakah Kodash, all right, or the Rakah Kodash. Go ahead.
God, it's 1 Corinthians 6 and 2. Do you not know that the saints shall judge the world? The saints shall judge the world.
All right? The saints shall judge the world. Now, who are the saints? Give me Psalms 148. We're gonna show and prove. All right? Lord willing. Okay? Who the saints? Because everybody got it misconstrued. All right? Everybody's saying these people can be saved. Everybody can be saved. But wait a minute. What did God say? What did the Most High say? What did the law say? Okay, go ahead. My bad.
Psalm 148.
148, where it says saints. Last few verses. 148. Yeah, it's 148.
5. Or is it?
And it saints shall. Let me see. You know it, lawyer?
Is it? It's not verse 5, is it? Is it like 25? Just Apostle just brought it out last night.
Well, 5 and 6. Psalms 148, verse 5. It says, "Let them praise the name of the Lord, for He commanded, and they were created. He have established them forever and ever."
The praise of all
I mean,
the
you
saints.
can read into it, but the point is in 13 and 14.
God, Psalms 148, 13. It says, "Let them praise the name of the Lord, for His name alone is excellent. His glory is above the earth and heaven. He also exalted the horn of His people."
The horn, meaning His strength. He also exalted the horn of His people. His people's strength. Because at one point we didn't have no strength. The Israelites didn't have no strength. You see, the so-called white man Esau, Edom, they call themselves Jewish, all right? They've been perpetrating and playing the role of the children of God and saying to the world that they're the children of God through mandates, through certain things that they set up, all right, through their hegemony, but they've been perpetrating a whole lot, you see? Now, the Lord has put the Spirit on His saints, which we're going into. He have exalted the horn, the strength of His people, okay? Because at one point we had no strength. We were mutilated, treated badly here in America over the last 400, 500 years, okay? And they were able to have their way with us. Now the Lord is exalting our horn and they're getting afraid, all right? Which is rightfully so, okay? You can only poke and prod at the lion so long before he raise up at your ass. And that's what's happening, you see? You can only oppress us and treat us like shit for so long till the Lord raise us up. You see, and put the Spirit in us, and that's what's happening.
God,
Go ahead.
Was the scripture that say, it's back in Psalms 148 and 13 again, it says, "Let them praise the name of the Lord, for His name alone is excellent. His glory is above the earth and the heaven." Verse 14. "He also exalted the horn of His people, the praise of all His saints."
The praise of all His saints. Go ahead.
"Even of the children of Israel, the people near unto Him, praise ye the Lord."
Yep, near unto Him. Even His saints, the people near unto Him, praise ye the Lord, man. All right? Because that's who the Lord is exalting in these last times. We already established that these are the end days, okay? And that the so-called white man, Esau, Edom, all right? And the white establishment, his hegemony, he's at his end. We just read it in 2 Ezra 6 and 9, all right? And guess who else is at the end? The so-called black woman, because she get her power from the Edomite white power structure. You see? That's why she can tell her man, hell no. Who you think you're talking to? Kick him out the house. Slap him up. You know? What's the dude that did the song? He said, never mind. But go ahead. He got slapped by his woman. Yeah, go ahead. But that shows you that the woman is ruling over the man, okay? And in this society, they prop the woman up above the man, which is really oppression. You see? Go ahead.
No,
Also go back to the Corinthians.
Back in First Corinthians, First Corinthians 6 and 2 again. It says, "Do ye not know that the saints shall judge the world?"
Right, the saints shall judge the world. So whoever the saints are, they're going to judge the whole world. Go ahead.
"And if the world shall be judged by you, are ye unworthy to judge the smallest matters?"
So we judge the smallest matters, okay? Who do they think they are, you know? Well, it's what God made us. The Lord actually put us on top of the whole world, even though we at the lowliest state in society. Imagine that. Imagine the creator of the world put you on top of it, all right, to judge, to be a judge, of course, using righteous judgment according to His instruction, according to His wisdom. That's what we judge. That's what we judge based off of. Not our own judgment, not on how we feel, but what actually written. So the Lord is raising up men, all right, which they call this the Great Awakening. He's raising up men to what? To become judges in the earth. You see? Go ahead.
Verse 3. It says, 1 Corinthians 6:3. Know ye not that we shall judge angels?
Uh-oh. Go ahead.
How much more the things that pertain to this life?
All right. Hey, so we're going to judge angels. Guess what that makes us? Okay? The elect is, they're on a level above the angels. Okay? Certain angels, all right? So we're going to judge even angels. Okay?
Precept.
Uh-huh.
It's the Book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 6:1. It says, Hear, therefore, O ye kings, and understand, learn, ye that be judges of the ends of the earth.
Understand and learn, okay? All right? Because, I mean, of course, we ain't on that stature yet, but we're in, how can I say? We're being molded to become judges in the earth. So everything that we go through, all the things that we see in the earth, we're supposed to be able to judge it according to what's written, you know? That's why we do certain lessons about, you know, the topic could be homosexuality, you know? We'll tell you in a perfect world that wouldn't even exist, because what? That's ass backwards, no pun intended. That's, you know, that's counterproductive, okay? That's absolutely no progression. Community of homosexuals and LGBTQA, whatever you want to call them, all right? They're gonna destroy themselves. Why? Because at its core, it's eugenics. At its core, at the core, LGBTQA, whatever the hell you want to call it, is eugenics. It's population control. All right? Through what? Through decadence, through sexual perversion. All right? And that's what the society is pushing. Why? Because they completely lost their wits. All right? And Esau is on a tirade, all right, to basically be in defiance towards the Heavenly Father, man. That's why they push the level, the standard, or the social construct the way they push it, man. All right? Excuse me, the social standard the way they push it. All right? That's why they always giving you these advertisement. They always advertising to you. All right? That's called soliciting. The government does that, man. All right? Go ahead. Get 1 Corinthians 1 and 19. After that.
Got it. 1 Corinthians 6:4. It says, If then ye be judges of the things pertaining to this life, set them to judge who are least esteemed in the church.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the point.
Yep. 1 Corinthians 1 and 19. And then we're going to go get that 2 Thessalonians 2. All right? Because what we're establishing here and letting y'all know is that, hey, you young men that understand, that's coming into this truth and understanding this truth, the Lord is molding you and shaping you to become judges in the earth under his banner. You see? And really, Jake really don't see that, because what they don't really see the sign. When you see the signs taking place and you understand the prophecy and things that's happening, then it solidifies your faith. All right? It puts you in the game, so to speak. All right? It brings you up to speed on the spiritual things that's happening in the world. All right? The Jacob, the takeover, the spiritual takeover. All right? And then it's going to be a physical takeover, where the Lord is going to say, hey, you know you know what? It's enough. I'm going to have to come and put my hands on you. I'm going to reach out and touch you. All right? Go ahead. My bad.
Got it. This 1 Corinthians 1 and 19. For it is written, I will destroy the wisdom of the wise.
Uh-oh. The Lord is destroying the wisdom of the wise. What proves that? Same-sex marriage. That ain't wise, especially if you want to run a country. All right? Okay? But we know ultimately society is falling because the leaders at the very top, the judges of the world that we live in, the world that we know, all right, are stupid as hell. They're dumb. All right, go ahead.
It says, and bring to naught and bring to nothing and destroy the understanding of the prudent.
Right, and destroy the understanding of the prudent. The prudent are the nobles. The prudent ones are the ones in the suit and ties and so on and so forth. You know. Okay, go ahead.
It says, verse 20. Where is the wise?
Right.
Where's the scribe? Where is the disputer of this world?
Right. Where's the what did it say again, Salaki?
1 Corinthians.
Where's the wise? Where's the scribe? Where's the disputer of this world? Okay? There ain't none. They're in their institutions. All right? They're behind a computer at a desk in their home, in their basement. Where they at? Okay? Go ahead. They're in their science labs. You see? Where they at? They ain't in the gates. They ain't in the gates. We're in the gates. You see? Go ahead.
It says, have not the Most High made foolish the wisdom of this world?
Yeah, so the Lord made foolish the wisdom of this world. You see? And what you got? You got people parading their accolades. You got people parading what they've accomplished in the world. You got people getting Nobel Peace Prizes. All right? They getting celebrated because they accomplished some type of feat, whatever. You know? Read it again.
God, 1 Corinthians 1 and 20. Where is the wise? Where is the scribe? Where is the disputer of this world?
Right, go ahead.
Have not the Most High made foolish the wisdom of this world?
Right, so the Lord made foolish the wisdom of this world. All right? And from what we see, that is spot on. Okay? It's spot on. All right? When you look at society from its leaders on down, what are they doing? They're completely corrupting society. Now we living in the most emotional age you could possibly live in. They want to appropriate feelings over facts. All right? And logic. You see? That's what that whole LGBTQA thing is. It's as literally to go after people who have a mind. All right? And who can think outside of the structure, outside of the establishment. You see? Who has masculine traits. That's what this world is attacking. They're attacking your masculinity.
They forcing it on us too.
Yeah, yeah.
Hard. Like you get in trouble for just because you wouldn't do a trans. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like they call you homophobic.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
See?
Like, I'm straight, bro. I just, you know what I'm saying?
Yep, that's right. They call that. Well, it's a term they use that the elder apostle Ramlock came out with. They call it gaslighting. They try to make you feel bad for having your opinion and your views. You know, and that's the thing. That's why we gotta have integrity. First, know what integrity is, and deal in integrity. All right, because they're attacking the foundation of the basic natural law. You know, which is being masculine, being a man. You know, thinking logically. You know, everything in this world is geared towards emotions, and they're gonna play on people's emotions. You know, so that's what we're on the attack. The scriptures talk about that in Ephesians 6 and 12. You know, like we're really at war with powers that we can't even see. We can't even see because they're conjuring up. They're conjuring up demons. They're witches. All right, they deal in the left-hand side. You know.
That British dude. I was reading about him.
Aleister Crowley.
Aleister Crowley. Yeah.
His house is like super haunted for all the witchcraft he was doing.
Because they do seances. They deal with the Ouija. Well, of course, other different rituals and stuff like that. So they can push their magic on people, so to speak, or their wickedness on people. All right. And what people don't understand, there's a left-hand spectrum of a side to spirituality. All right, and that's what we call Satanism. You know.
I gotta get that precept was quoted. This is Ephesians 6 and 12. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in
Right.
high places.
Spiritual wickedness in high places. And these are the people that the rulers of darkness.
Yeah.
The rulers of darkness. They own the politicians. And their politicians are how can I say, interns to the occult witches, man. You know? The politicians, the doctors, the lawyers. That's what this society is made up of. You know?
Oh, I was explaining to my mom. I was putting all the pieces together. It makes so much sense, like as far as like the music industry, right? How it's owned by like Jewish people, bro. Like how they sold us into slavery, bro. Like
Yeah,
you know,
that's
the
Amalek.
small hats, bro. Like they claim it. Like they just they wiped us all out
Right,
by
right.
trying to take over that shit.
Yeah,
bro.
that's right. That's Amalek.
Yeah.
We have a war with them.
He's been teaching me a lot, bro. I've been trying to get on it.
Yeah, that's what's up, bro.
My father, he's from Honduras and shit. I believe I'm Zebulon.
Zebulon,
Yeah.
Zabalawan, which means dwelling.
Oh, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Zabalawan, which means dwelling. Yep. Or haven of ships. Yep.
Yeah. And we got like a close connection to Issachar too, right?
Yeah. Yeah, that's right, man. Second Thessalonians 2. Where you at now? At Corinthians?
Yeah.
Finish that up and then we can go. I want to get the weapons of our warfare, but go ahead, because again, this is a spiritual battle. So our weapon is the actual knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. That's Isaiah 33:6. Somebody just remember those for me, so I can just call them out. Isaiah 33:6, and then Corinthians 10, the weapons of our warfare. Go ahead.
1 Corinthians 1:21. For after that, in the wisdom of the Salakia, it says, for after that, in the wisdom of the Most High, the world by wisdom knew not the Most High.
Right, so they don't know God. You see, all these people claiming, and they've just been on the forefront. That's been the leaders of society, and that's being praised and given given this respect. They don't even know the Lord. You see, you talk about multi-billion, trillion-dollar, individuals who have think tanks. They have institutions, theologian institutions, and they study. They're scholars. They study, to the end of the world, man. All right. And what? They don't even know the Heavenly Father. But we do, because it's a basic understanding of God, Yahweh Shem Shai, man. It's the simplicity of Yahweh Shem Shai, man. Very simple. All right? And we know him more than anyone knows. All right? Because what? In actuality, he revealed it himself to us. Go ahead.
Okay. It says, verse 21 again, it says, and after that, in the wisdom of the Most High, the world by wisdom knew not the Most High. It pleased the Most High by the foolishness of preaching to save them that believe.
Yep, by the foolishness of preaching. So what we doing in actuality is foolishness. Because the Lord can come down and destroy everything. He can actually, in actuality, he can give us power and we can take over everything. But, just hypothetically speaking. But what's happening here is the Lord is showing and he's proving us to be those judges. That's why we be going through all type of crazy shit. And we come out here and we go through more crazy stuff. All right? To really actually prepare our spirits and to raise us up so that we can grow and come up on a level. Because this ain't it. This ain't where it ends. The street teaching ain't where it ends, man. This is really where it begins. You see? So it's gonna be a lot of chaos. It's gonna be a lot of crying. It's gonna be a lot of dying in the world. All right? But this is really just the fucking beginning. And guess what? The knowledge, the wisdom, and understanding, Isaiah 33:6, that's is what's gonna get us through. It's gonna help us cope through the waves and the tidal waves of the shitstorm, so to speak. Go ahead. Because, hey, a holy hell is coming to this place.
It's coming soon, too.
Yes, yeah. Yeah.
Like tomorrow.
Scripture say, yeah, exactly. But that's the mindset you gotta have. I'm glad you said that. In your mind, you gotta be like, it's gonna crack tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? you gotta be like, it's bound to happen, because what the scriptures say, that the day of the Lord comes as a thief. The day of the Lord comes as a thief in the night. You see? And the day of the Lord, scripture talk about is darkness, man. And it says it's not light. So these people gonna be in straits. That means a position of difficulty. Because all they really doing is scoffing and talking shit. Because we out here, we a spectacle. But that's fine. We're supposed to be a spectacle because what? The Lord is grooming us to become judges of the earth. And guess what? Before praise, there's humility. And that's why we got to go through the humility phase. You see? Go ahead.
Verse 22, 1 Corinthians 1 and 22. For the Jews require a sign, and the Greeks seek after wisdom. But we preach, I'm going to say it verbatim, Christ crucified.
Nope. Say how shot.
Okay. Well, I'll say it because his brother right here.
No, he know the name. I know he know the name.
Oh, okay.
The brother teaching him. That's his man's. Go ahead.
God. 1 Corinthians 1 and 23, it says, but we preach
Shiach, which means chosen or anointed, which really goes into being chosen. All right. So just like Samuel, he grabbed the horn and he filled it with oil and he blessed David, because David was essentially, he was chosen. You know, he was chosen to be king, so he had to anoint him. You see? Go ahead. That's and Yahweh Shai, by them calling him Mashiach, or what the world calls him Christ.
Okay,
he's the chosen.
Christ,
Yeah. Lord willing, I said correct. Go ahead.
Verse 24. But unto them which are called, both Jews and Greeks, Hamashiach, the power of the Most High, and the wisdom of the Most High.
Yeah, you remember him? Go ahead.
It says, 1 Corinthians 1 and 24. But unto them which are called, both Jews and Greeks, Hamashiach, the power of the Most High, and the wisdom of the Most High.
Right.
Because the foolishness of the Most High is wiser than men.
Right, there you go. Aha! The foolishness of God is wiser than men. All right? The foolishness of preaching. You men, you learning and understanding, come to an understanding. Why? Because you're being shaped and fashioned and molded to a judge. This ain't no get together. This ain't just being part of a crew and, y'all drink and y'all eat chicken and all that stuff. You know, the brothers always talk about that. This is way more than that, man, because we're coming into some hard times, man. The scriptures talk about perilous times, meaning dangerous times. This world is coming into some dangerous ass times, man. All right? And if you ain't got the Lord, your ass gonna be, you gonna be out here rough, you know? I was about to say Scarlet Queen. Go ahead, my bad. But that's what the whole that was riding the beast. That's the color she was wearing. My bad. Go ahead.
It says, 1 Corinthians 1:25. But the foolishness of the Most High is wiser than man, and the weakness of the Most High is stronger than man.
See, the weakness of the Lord is stronger than man. So we're stronger than these people. Why? Because we actually know the Lord. First, the Lord has chosen us out, taken us out of the world, chosen us, all right? Raised us up to a certain degree to where we know him, and that's all we need for this battle. You see? That's why Esau has been pushing such wickedness on a high level, on the mediums, on the TV, on the social media platforms, so they can steal your spirituality, or steal the possibility of the Lord downloading your spirit, or waking you up, or invigorating your spirit, waking you up through his spirit, because that's what the spirit is. It's influence. It's a pure influence. All right, and it doesn't dwell in souls that's abominable. You know. Go ahead. You have this comic board. And somebody check a Bible shot.
1 Corinthians 1 and 26. It says, for ye see your calling, brethren.
Your calling. Go ahead.
How that not many wise men after the flesh.
Ecclesia, church. That's church. That's church. It is the calling out. Go ahead.
For you see your calling, brethren, how that not many wise men after the flesh, nor many mighty.
Right, we don't got no Cornell Wests out here. Who else is a smart nigga? We ain't got no Cornell West out here. I mean, well, we got the lowly version of Cornell West. Hey, Kawada. Hey, my man. Yeah, you ain't got Malcolm X. The niggas got thinking minds. Big, strong thinking minds. You ain't got none of these niggas out here, man. Martin Luther Queen. You don't have these men out here.
We got plenty of them, though.
That's a good point out. But you don't have the Marcus Garveys and all of those people. You don't have, that Al Sharpton. Skinny is I don't know what now, but you ain't got the thinking minds. All right, so read it again.
Got 1 Corinthians 1:26. For you see your calling, brethren, how that not many wise men after the flesh, nor many mighty, nor many noble are called.
Right, so you ain't got Cornel West. Not Kanye. When we talking about Cornel West, the nigga that he deal with the institutions, the smart guy, of this world, of Esau's world, the Ivy Leaguer, HBCU guys that go to the historical black colleges. All right, go ahead.
Verse 28. It says, but the Most High have chosen the foolish things of this world to confound the wise.
Right, the foolish things, okay? The foolish things, which are us. Because we're the downtrodden, we're the lowly in society. And that's how the Lord works. Because what? The scriptures say that the Lord is praised of the humble, the meek. I forget exactly. Is that Sirach 3? Because the Lord gets his praise from the meek and the lowly. He don't get his praise from the noble, the nobility. Ain't no rich people praising the Heavenly Father, man. And really, a rich person hardly understands the Lord, man. That's why you suffer so much, because you're closer to God. That's why he said, I know thy poverty. I know thy works, but thou art rich. How we rich? We rich in faith. We rich in spirit. You see? And that makes all the difference. Fear and having a faith, man, we winning. We're winning. These people are losing because they're putting their hope and trust in tangible things that they can touch, things that's going to wane away, it's not sure, things that's going to fall apart. People putting their trust in cars and putting their trust in a woman, and man, the woman, she gonna turn on you. The car gonna turn off on you. The society gonna change. People gonna change on you. You see? But God don't change on you. The word wisdom don't change on you. My bad. Go ahead.
I got the one you quoted. Ecclesiastes 3:20. For the power of the Lord is great, and he is honored of the lowly.
There you go. He honored of the lowly. All right? So that's where the Lord gets his honor from. The lowly. All right? If that makes sense, go ahead.
Back in 1 Corinthians 1:28, it says, and the base things of the world and the things which are despised have the Most High chosen.
Yeah. So the base things and the things that are despised, you despise. See, what our people don't understand is that you are the #1 enemy in the world. You are the biggest threat to the establishment in the world, because why? They can't control your mind. And you got that little bit of masculinity that they never had. All right? You got that little bit of integrity that they never had. Esau ain't never had no integrity. The scriptures say he was estranged from the womb. He was a punk from the womb. All right? And to be estranged means to be a foreigner. All right? And the scriptures say, it also means to be hostile to the love that's being given to you. That's what estranged means. All right? So they they never had any integrity, so-called white man. So now he's shooting at your integrity, giving you gifts, giving you all sorts of things. They say a gift destroyed the heart. So what are they giving out in society? They're giving you the bag in society. What to sell out. That's why you see individuals like, what's his nigga name? Lil Snoop, Lil Nas X. Lil Nas X-rated. That nigga slide down the pole to go dance, twerk on Satan. What kind of shit is that?
You see that music video?
Yeah, man. Then a nigga got another music video with the nigga in jail. This
Yeah,
nigga dancing in the shower.
Yeah,
it don't get no, no worse than that,
Oh.
dog.
My
But they,
stepson saw it. I snatched his phone up. I said, "Phone him."
but hey, that is the world. That's the world. That's what we fighting against. That's what we fighting against. Niggas on spiritual wickedness, on demon time for real. That's why they talk about demon time. You got the drill rappers talk about demon. That's that androgynous homosexual spirit. That fierce spirit. You ain't gonna get nobody no more fierce than a homosexual, man. Niggas are tough. Go ahead.
And man, bold, they bold.
Straight up.
Back in 1 Corinthians 1:28, and the base things of the world and the things which are despised have the Most High chosen.
Wow.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Yep.
All right, well, they watching. Get back to it.
It ain't blinking enough. Yeah, that's definitely a chair.
Well, what? Hey, go ahead.
It's close.
No. Get that sign. He watching us. Don't watch me. Watch TV. Go ahead.
All right. It says, and the base things of the world and the things which are despised have the Most High chosen.
Yeah, we despise because we got integrity. We're despised because we got principles. All right, we don't want a woman that had multiple sex partners. We don't want to eat pork. All right, we don't. What are some other things we don't
We
like?
get it the worst in Spanish. I feel like we get it the worst. We're forced eating that when we're young. Bro.
Yeah.
You don't be knowing it, you know.
Bro,
eat that shit.
I know.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey, Puerto Ricans
They call us pork
are
chops.
fucking. Hey, Puerto Ricans are notorious for
Yes, bro,
fucking
exactly.
cooking a whole fucking pig and celebrating that shit, man. I was raised.
It's the national food.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yep. Go ahead, though.
This God. 1 Corinthians 1:28, and the base things of the world and the things which are despised have the Most High chosen.
So the Lord has chosen us. He chosen us. We don't got much clout. We don't have absolutely no clout in the world. But hey, we honored among angels and among the Most High.
That's right.
This world can't even see. They don't see that. We're honored in a whole different realm, in the heavens. These motherfuckers honored on earth with this earthly, minuscule, petty, putrefied bullshit, man. All right? You know? Go ahead. It said, what little that a righteous person have is greater than one that know much.
The riches of many wicked.
How it go?
A little that a righteous man hath is better than the riches of many wicked.
See? And that's what you have. You have riches of many wicked. Go ahead.
God, 1 Corinthians 1:28, it says, and the base things of the world and the things which are not, and the things which are despised have the Most High chosen.
Right. I can ask that white man, what do you think about a so-called Negro, Latino, and Native American? Because they depict what we are on the media, on the television. They depict us as thugs, stupid, ignorant. That's what they depict. If I ask one of you white people, what do y'all think about blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans? They gonna think, oh yeah, right. We know what y'all talk about at the dinner table.
Yeah,
That's beside what you did, right?
Bro, yeah.
We already know how fake you Edomites are. But just for example, they don't see y'all as anybody, man. You know, they see y'all. They glad to see us in this position that we're in. You know, just proving that we're loaded. But we gonna keep going so we can move on to the next precinct.
I do got a preset for you, but we can continue here though. Like, it says, 1 Corinthians 1:28, and the base things of the world and the things which are despised have the Most High chosen. Yea, the things which are not, to bring to naught the things that are.
Yeah. So to bring to naught the things that are not, we are the ones that's not to bring the things that are. So we literally pulling down this society. Give me that Corinthians, unless you had something else.
Real quick. 2 Corinthians 6.
Peeking in and out. Sorry.
All right.
It's a lot.
Go ahead. I go to that set.
Yeah. I don't know. But hold on. Did I say Thessalonians?
Yeah, you did call for that prior to
Corinthians. The 1 Corinthians 10. All the weapons of our warfare.
Isaiah 33 and 6.
This is 2 Corinthians 10.
33 and 6.
Yeah. That's next.
It's fine.
And then we got that second Thessalonians. You got it.
God, this is 2 Corinthians 10 and 3. It says, for though we walk in the flesh, we do not war after the flesh. For the weapons of our...
What it means if we don't war after the flesh. All right? It simply means that we don't use our physicality or what we have to fight our battles. You know what I'm saying? So we don't use, we got a weapon at the crib, we don't use that. We get into dispute with somebody, or in this case, our enemies that are the chief ones in society. You don't see them. They the richest. They the rich people. Not the rich people, but the elite that run and dictate how society is ran. That's who our real enemies are. All right. So we can't go and grab a gun or a bat or a club or brass knuckles or what have you, or nunchucks, and go run after them and go try to find them to fight this war. That ain't what we do, you know? Go ahead.
Real quick, this Romans 8 and 6. It says, for to be carnally minded is death, but to be spiritually minded is life and peace.
And carnally is dealing with your flesh, dealing with your physical. You know, to be carnally minded is death, because the Lord is enmity with the Most High, because His law is spiritual. You see? Go ahead.
Verse 7 of Romans 8 and 7. It says, because the carnal mind is enmity against the Most High, but it is not subject to the law of the Most High.
Right. So it's hatred. So if you using your physical, the Lord hates that shit. All right. Go ahead.
It says, for it is not subject to the law of the Most High, neither indeed can be.
Right, so you using the carnal mind and you thinking, oh, I'm gonna smack somebody up. Well, it's not subject or under the in subjection to the Lord's his spiritual law. You know, go ahead.
Verse 8. So then they that are in the flesh cannot please the Most High.
Right. So if we in the flesh, we can't please the Lord. Period. You know, the Lord doesn't care about how many people you can knock out, how much strength you have. He don't care about that. You know, that's really nothing to the Lord. And that's why being a man is so rare, because this society tells you to be emotional. Okay, and he that ruleth his spirit is better than one that can conquer a city or something like that. You know. So it's you got more power being able to control your habits and control yourself, rather than just going off the helm and smacking somebody upside the head.
Discipline is the key. I
Yep.
just found that out.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
gotta work on that.
Yeah, that's part of being a new man, because what you're doing is teaching yourself how to maneuver differently, you know, because we're used to that carnal. We were raised in, you know, being carnal and using our flesh, you know, and not having discipline. So that's what's part of being a new man, which Yahushua called us to be. That's part of that, having discipline, having self-control, having rational thoughts, having logical thoughts and being wise in how we carry ourselves and what we do and how we do things. Okay.
Back in 2 Corinthians 10:3, for though we walk in the flesh, we do not war after the flesh. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal,
Yep.
but mighty through the Most High to the pulling down of strongholds.
Right. So what we have is mighty, all right, in pulling down the strongholds. The strongholds is the philosophies, the things that pretty much that's a standard in society. Okay. All right. It's the status quo. It's public opinion and so on and so forth. All right.
And then you know all the lies that Esau have put out. You know, he cast them down through this word.
Yep.
Continue though. 2 Corinthians 10:5, it says, casting down imaginations and every high thing that exalteth itself against the knowledge of the Most High.
Yep. So we cast down everything that exalts itself over the Most High's knowledge. You see? Go ahead.
It says, and bringing into captivity every thought to the obedience of Mashiach.
Right. So we are shaping and molding ourselves to be like Yahweh Shai. Okay. Go ahead with that Isaiah 33:6. And Thessalonians next, which gets us back on track from the beginning. The end of the world, Esau being the end of the world, and Jacob being the beginning of it that followed. Got it.
The book of Isaiah 33:6, it says, and wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times.
Yep.
And strength of salvation, the fear of the Lord is his treasure.
All right, read it again.
Isaiah 33:6, and wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times.
Right, right. To be stable is to be what? To be stable is to be what? Sane.
Level-headed.
Okay, sane, level-headed. Those are good.
Have a sound mind.
Sound mind, that's perfect. Okay? So but this knowledge and wisdom, all right, is going to be our stability. Not just any knowledge and wisdom, but the wisdom of the Heavenly Father, his instructions. And that's his precepts, his words. Okay? Wherewithal shall a young man cleanse his way? By taking heed thereunto all that's written, all his precepts, all the commandments. Because the precepts are commandments, they are judgments. Go ahead.
It says, and the strength of salvation, the fear of the Lord is his treasure.
The fear of the Lord is his treasure. Okay? Right, so the fear of the Lord is our treasure. You know? Y'all know what treasure is. You know what it's like to find treasure. That's what it's going to be like to find wisdom when holy chaos is taking place in the world. It's going to be a treasure. When all things fail, when society fails, when institutions fails, when the utilities fail, when the grid shuts off and fail, what the hell are these people going to use to occupy their mind and keep them sane? Because right now people use what? They use social media because what? Social media gives off what they call dopamine. You see? And dopamine triggers something in your brain that gives you comfort. It gives you the feeling of euphoria, so to speak.
Yeah, your pleasure. Like
Yeah,
when you
there
work
you go.
out too, right? That
Yep,
happens too,
exactly.
right? Doing drugs, give
Perfect.
you that, all of that.
Yeah, the what? You see? And that's what the society is geared to. The entertainment signals dopamine in your brain. You see? But when they ain't got that shit no more, what they gonna have?
Everybody's so comfortable, that's why people are weak.
Yep,
So comfortable.
yep, that's perfect. So when they don't have that entertainment, they gonna lose their minds. Because that's the entertainment was holding their minds together. Especially the men in society. Why do you think you have brutal sports like boxing? That's to maintain society, to keep men at bay or to keep them like, you know, calm. Like they got the brutal sport, they got the MMA, they got the boxing, they got NASCAR for the Edomites.
Bungee jumping.
I'm telling you, them motherfuckers, Edomites, boy, they go crazy with that. The NASCAR, man. And them damn NASCAR, that shit is loud. Them niggas race around in the circle 500 times. God damn. Talk about a vicious cycle, but go ahead.
Precept for that Isaiah concerning the fear. This is Proverbs 14 and 26. It says, in the fear of the Lord is a strong confidence.
Ooh. Ooh. So we're going to have a strong confidence. Y'all, is y'all hearing me? All right? We're going to have a strong confidence when shit hits the fan, when chaos takes over the world. When that entertainment subsides and is no longer there, people ain't going to have that solace. People not going to have comfort. All right? But we going to have confidence in the words, in these words. Remember, the scriptures say, the fashion of this world passes away. All right? But the Lord's word shall remain forever. I forget exactly how it goes. But the Lord's word is eternal. And if we take hold on that, what the hell you think we're getting? We're getting something that's sure. That's why the Lord said his words are sure. His words are faithful and sure. Scriptures say they've been tried. His words have been tried. You see? Go ahead.
Proverbs 14 and
that means it's work. It worked, nigga. Go ahead. Don't care that the motherfucker getting in the Uber, goofy, stupid.
Yeah.
He don't get no fuck. But that shows you that niggas, the people in the world are impatient. They don't have no type of care for anyone else but themselves. That's why. That's another reason why this place is gonna go up. It's gonna go up bad. Go ahead. My bad.
Proverbs 14 and 26. In the fear of the Lord is a strong confidence, and his children shall have place of refuge.
Right, and his children shall have place of refuge. So what is the fear of the Lord is his confidence. Okay?
Treasure.
His treasure. Right? So that fear, because you know people say we're fear mongers. All you do is fear monger. Hey, look, we don't sell fear.
No, but they be afraid of us. Like,
yeah.
Where you go without trying.
Yeah. But that just means we fear the Lord. We're in reverence, high reverence towards the Lord, man. You know? Go ahead. Right. So our confidence is truth. Our confidence is wisdom. And that's why you had Esau for the longest been trying to take that spiritual light away from us. You know? For the longest. You got it.
Proverbs 14 and 27. The fear of the Lord is a fountain of life to depart from the snares of death.
Yep. So the fear of the Lord is a fountain of life to depart from the snares of death. And the snares of death is essentially not having fear. You don't trust in the Lord and you don't fear the Lord. Well, then that means by default you fear the power structure that's set up, all right? And that's the Edomite establishment. So you fear them, and you only find in death, because that's what they selling. See? Go ahead.
That was it.
Okay, you can go back. Read that. The stability of our times. Yeah, we touched on that. You can 2 Thessalonians. Yep.
All right. This is the book of 2 Thessalonians, chapter 2, and verse. You right to the point, or?
Trouble getting you. Sorry. Nope, start from the top.
Start from the top. Okay. 2 Thessalonians 2:1. Now we beseech you, brethren, by the coming of our Lord Yahushua Mashiach, and by our gathering together unto you, that ye be not soon shaken in mind, or be troubled, neither by spirit nor by word.
Right. So soon shaken in mind, neither by the spirit. All right. So this is essentially them being reaffirmed, reassured, and you know, you Israelites, man, you need to be reassured. All right, and not shaken in mind or in spirit. Okay, go ahead.
It says, I'll read that again. 2 Thessalonians 2:2. That ye be not soon shaken in mind, or be troubled, neither by spirit, nor by word, nor by letter, as from us, as that day of Mashiach is at hand.
Right. So that day is at hand. It's at hand more now than ever, because they was on edge 2,000 years ago. The scriptures say the end was during that time when the Lord ascended. You see? So if the end was there, how much more urgent is the calling now? If Paul said the end was in his time, how much more urgent is it now? You see? Go ahead.
Verse 3. Let no man deceive you by any means.
Right.
For that day shall not come, except there be a falling away first.
Right. And that falling away, all right, is dealing with the Israelites, Yasha'Allah, losing their nationality, losing their homeland, their inheritance, all right, and being scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. That was the falling away first, you see? And that happened.
70 AD.
70 AD. And the events leading up to 70 AD and a little bit beyond that, which solidified us being taken out of the land, us not being commemorated as the children of the Most High, Yahweh. All right? Go ahead.
And that man of sin be revealed.
Read the whole verse again.
Okay. 2 Thessalonians 2:3.
Lamont, this whole post.
Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there be a falling away first.
Right.
And that man of sin be revealed.
Right. Go ahead.
The son of perdition.
Right, the son of perdition. Perdition goes into destruction. You know? Anybody got a compact, Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary? I do. This is my book bag. Really quick. So that son of perdition that's being revealed, all right? And that son of he's being revealed in the times that we live in now. Okay? I know you can do. Okay. All right? The son of perdition, because that's important. Now, when you look up Esau, all right, because contrary to the popular belief, they saying Esau don't even exist no more. He was taken out by who they say took him out? Some Hamites. So the word is that Esau don't even exist no more. All right. It's that Esau don't even exist no more. Okay, according to certain sects. You know, even Israelites are saying that, but mainly the apologetic order, the apologetic Jewish order, all right, vocab Malone, all right, they saying Esau don't exist no more. But when you look up Edom in the Zondervan Bible, the Compact Bible Dictionary, all right, it says here, it says Edom, under Edom, all right, figures prominently in the prophetic scriptures as the scene of great future judgments. It said future judgments. Somebody get there's no end to all people. I gotta read it.
Tell them to slide over.
I'll read that. Select. You want to switch it up? That's cool.
No, you got it. I didn't. No, I already just told you something. Never mind.
Okay.
Call to for right now.
It says Edom figures prominently in the prophetic scriptures as the scene of great future judgments. Now, according to certain apologists, Edom don't even exist no more.
Yeah, it was just wiped out
Right.
space of fucking earth. How?
That's what they call it.
Okay. How? It's a scripture where I was just gonna say that. It's like, come on, man, make it make sense. There's no end to all people, man. Can't no nation just disappear off fucking planet Earth, man.
Ecclesiastes 4:16.
You know?
Yeah, I got it right.
Go ahead.
This is Ecclesiastes 4:16. It said, "There's no end of all people, even of all that have been before them."
See? So there's no end to all people, man. It's my bad. Go ahead.
No.
You gotta get me.
I'm thinking of a scripture that the Lord says he the one that put an end to people.
Yeah.
And the Lord ain't do that.
He didn't do that, man. Because Esau is for a future judgment.
Yep, there you go.
Right.
Yeah, well, exactly up in there. Esau has to pay. Esau got to pay for what he did to the blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. He ain't gonna just go scot-free. But see, that's that fugitive, that Cain.
Yeah.
That's Cain trying to wiggle his way out of justice, man. You know? You want to talk about justice, you set up your judicial system. The real justice, all right, is you devils being put to death and being put to slavery. That's the real justice.
Hey, real quick.
The real justice is Esau going into slavery, man.
Real quick.
Go ahead.
Psalms 149:5, it says, "Let the saints be joyful in glory. Let them sing aloud upon their beds. Let the high praise of the Most High be in their mouth, and a two-edged sword in their hand, to execute vengeance upon the heathen and punishments upon the people, to bind their kings with chains and their nobles with fetters of iron."
Yeah, so that's the judgment, to bind their kings. When you bind their kings with fetters, that's talking about putting shackles on them.
Yep.
You know?
It says, "To execute upon them the judgment written."
Yeah, to execute upon them the judgment that is written. What's the judgment written? Let's get a judgment that's written. Get no. Get Obadiah, but then get the law. He that stealeth a man and be found in his hand. That's the judgment written.
That's right.
You see?
Can't be mad at us. You put these books in your courts.
Esau so stupid. You should have destroyed all the Bibles. You should have destroyed the Bibles. But he's so proud. But ultimately, the scripture says, Revelation 6, it says, "Hurt not the oil and the wine." So we're gonna always have the Bible with us.
Left to them for all good dirt.
Yeah, in Isaiah 34. You know?
This is Exodus 21:16. It says, "And he that stealeth a man and selleth him, or if he be found in his hand."
See, we was found in Esau's hand. We were stole from the west coast of Africa. Read that again.
Yep. It says Exodus 21:16. It says, "And he that stealeth a man and selleth him."
And he that stealeth a man and selleth him. What an auction block. What an auction block on that. We don't auction block on this motherfucker somewhere. Here we go. Auction block right here. He that stealeth a man and selleth him. We were sold.
Sold.
Blacks, Latinos, Native Americans, Puerto Ricans were sold to Spain. Okay? The conquistadors came and took the Puerto Ricans, all right, which is Aparium, Ephraim, all right? They took them and shipped them over to Spain to Rodrigo Borgia. Okay? Pope Alexander VI. His name he goes by the Pope Alexander VI. His name is Rodrigo Borgia. Okay? The father of Cesare Borgia,
First crime family.
which is known as the first crime family.
Hey, but Vocab said we won't. Well, nobody was gonna buy us. Remember his breakdown of Deuteronomy 28:68.
Oh yeah, the other one.
His breakdown of nobody's gonna buy us.
That's my baby mama's last name, Or Borges. Yeah, that's my baby mama's last name.
Borges.
I knew where he was at.
Borges, yeah, Borges, man.
Yep.
That's a unique name. You might want to check her lineage. That's a unique name.
She's a black Puerto Rican from.
Well, it makes sense. It makes sense because the Spanish, see, Hernandez, Cortez, Gonzalez. That's all white people names. That's all Spaniards. That's not,
Yeah, all of us got that.
Yeah. You know, we we got the same thing with Jackson. That,
More confident about it, yeah. When I realized I'm going through these curses every day.
well,
dog,
you
like,
Ephraim?
Zebulon.
Oh, you Zebulon. Okay. That's what's up.
Yeah.
They from Honduras.
My dad is, yeah.
Okay.
My mom's Ephraim though.
Okay. Well, shit, you in, baby.
Yeah.
If you can read Deuteronomy 28 and it hits you,
Dog, hit me right away, dog. I was like, man, even my mom going through them curses to this day. She was 60-something years old, still working 2 jobs. Bro.
yeah,
Like,
see,
trying
that's
to
sad,
grind, you know
man.
what I'm
Yes,
saying?
but that's the curses, though.
Yeah.
You know, so hey, you an Israelite, bro. You went through
That's
this.
hot. That's
What they used to do to, the Northern Kingdom is, as far as the men, well, they did it to Ephraim, but I'm pretty sure they did it to Zebulon and the different tribes. They don't have all the history on all of the tribes. They did them, but you brothers was getting y'all hair chopped off
all of that, yeah.
and being pushed down the mountains, and there's all type of history on that.
Even with the signs, where they
Yeah.
say whites only, no Puerto Ricans, no
Yeah.
dogs, like right next to it.
Yeah,
too, dog.
Yeah, man. So let's go back to that. Let's say what the law is written.
This is Exodus 21. Well, going back to Psalms 149 and 9, it says to execute upon them the judgment written.
Yo, read it up.
Yep. This is Psalms 149 and 5. It says, let the saints be joyful in glory. Let them sing loud upon their beds.
La. You was in
Exodus 21.
Yeah, Exodus 21.
Okay,
Yeah.
Back in Exodus 21:16, it says, and he that steals a man and sells him, or if he be found in his hand.
Yeah, and the word hand in the Hebrew is yad, which means power. So we're still under his power. We're still under his rulership. Go ahead.
It says, or if he be found in his hand, he shall surely be put to death.
He shall surely be put to death. So that's the judgment written. Go ahead, whatever else you got.
Yep, let me finish up the Psalms real quick. Psalms 149 and 8. I'm gonna start at 8. It says, to bind their kings with chains and their nobles with fetters of iron, to execute upon them the judgment written. This honor have all his saints. Praise ye the Lord.
See? And who's the saints? When you go in the Bible, if you don't know, brother, the saints, when you read the scripture, the saints is talking about the Israelites. Saints means to be what? Separated. It means holy. That's what saint means. Holy. The saints is the holy ones. The Israelites is the saints. Okay? You got something?
Yep.
Revelation?
Yep.
Yep.
Back in Revelation 13 and 9, really quick.
This is another judgment written.
It says, any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity.
So when it says he that leadeth into captivity, meaning, now back in the ancient world, they actually took Jake in chains and they walked them to another land.
Trail of Tears.
Just like the Trail of Tears. You see? So they led them into captivity. And Isaiah spoke about how when the slaves captured, when you do the history of it, when you go into some of the history of Isaiah and when the Assyrians, right? When the Assyrians conquered, they took Jake and they stripped him butt naked in chains, and they walked them to another land. So that means they led them into captivity. So that's the same thing they did with us in a modern day fashion. They shoved us on fucking boats. They put us on boats and they transferred us from goddamn the west coast of Africa, okay, to Hispaniola.
South America.
All from South America, all the way up. And they ended up in America and Wisconsin and all these different areas because we're nomads. We're nomad people. We traveled, and we split up and we broke off in the Northern Kingdom. They was dealing. Then, shit always gotta happen with Jake, and they get the splitting off and they went in different parts of America.
How you think you got The Rock? The Rock's dad, he's from Nova Scotia.
Yep.
And his mom's like,
His mom's from Hawaii.
Yep.
But his dad's from Nova Scotia because his dad's a product of slavery in the north, and his great grandfather escaped to Nova Scotia.
Yeah. That's it. It's Jake, But we was taken in captivity, and the whole point of it is that you devils is gonna pay for that shit, man.
yeah, my dad was telling me about that too. Like even like where my ancestors come from, he was explaining it to me like how we come from like Mayans. and stuff. The lion, like not only were they in captivity too, but you know they got killed with the white man's germs and shit. You know
Yeah.
Bring diseases on the
Smallpox and all that shit.
All out, bro. The Amazon, that shit is crops that were left over that just grew. Like, that was all occupied.
Yeah.
Like
So it was
cities
destroyed
and
and they just grew in the
that's
state.
what became the Amazon rainforest. It's crazy.
Yeah. But that was y'all homeland. That was y'all land.
Yeah,
See?
that's crazy.
Yeah.
So this is back in Revelation 13 and 9. It says, if any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword.
Hey, and when you go through the breakdown of this motherfucking devil killed you brothers with the sword. Killed you, the Northern Kingdom. You know, Rodrigo Borgia. Diego Columbus. You know, Colon, actually. His father was Cristobal Colon, which is Christopher Columbus. Well, he was a so-called Jew. He was really a so-called Jew. You know? Yeah, he was really a so-called Jew, man. He was a demon. He was a castaway. Because they was casting a lot of them weirdos out of Spain. So they set them up here.
Yeah, they all weirdos too, bro.
Yeah. So
Like,
they
for
set them
real,
up
like,
here.
Like weirdos like bestiality.
Yeah. That's what they was doing. Yeah, they said that they was having sex with the animals on the goddamn boats when they came over here. That's why they got all the diseases. That's the reason why they got all the disease, because they was having sex with the animals on the way here. You dirty motherfuckers.
That's why they got chlamydia, because I heard chlamydia comes from koalas, bro.
I didn't know that.
Who the fuck come to... Why you gonna fuck a koala? How else are we getting it, dog? That don't make no sense.
That's Esau, man. That's Esau.
It
He's
said,
vile, man. Get after that, get you know, what is that, Job 30?
yeah. Oh,
Yeah, the
okay,
history of that motherfucker, man.
But it says, it says, here is the patience and the faith of all his saints.
Yep.
All right, this Job 30 and 1. It says, but now they that are younger than I have me in derision. Those fathers I would have disdained.
When are you brothers getting some signs? Go ahead.
Yeah, this back in Job 30 and 1. It says, now that they that are younger than I have me in derision. Like they got us in derision right now. You know? So it's gonna come a time we're gonna have their ass in derision, man. You know? When that day comes. It says,
That's it.
Yep.
That's it.
It says, most fathers I will have disdained to have set with the dogs of my flock.
So Job in the ancient world was saying, I wouldn't put these motherfuckers next to my dogs because they'd get curious. You know?
Oh, that's crazy, yo.
But that's in the scriptures.
No, that's good.
It was this Edomite trying to justify on how the animals really needed that love and care.
We ain't that goddamn close.
In the UK. Remember I showed you that in the UK.
You pet them if you don't treat them, that's it.
That's it.
We ain't that close.
That's it.
That ain't tripping.
You know? But no, it was a dude in the UK, and I was watching it. Like he was saying, well, the dogs need love and care, and this is my, you know, this is my dog. This is the care. And when they showed the dog looked so fucking sad. The dog looked so fucking sad. That's fucking abuse.
You gotta put the dog down too.
You gotta kill the poor fucking animal, man. But the dog's face was sad as shit. And this motherfucker sitting there, yeah, this is my dog, and I love him, and he loves me. How the fuck? He said this, you know, I show love to him, and you know, they was trying to advocate to get the bill passed so bestiality could be on the fucking law books, man.
You know, if I may roughly paraphrase, because when the Lord gave Adam dominion, he gave him dominion over the animals as well.
Yeah.
And when you go into having dominion, it means righteous judgment over the animals. You're supposed to treat the animals righteously as well.
Right.
Yeah,
You
a wise
know?
man
And
regardeth
that's
the life of his beast.
there you go. And that's what I was going to. You know, that's perverseness. Period.
Yep.
It's like it. That's all.
Yep. See? Go ahead, what y'all got?
Yeah, this backing up Job 31. It says, but now they that are younger than I have me in derision. Woe's father I will have disdain to have set with the dogs of my flock. Yea, whereunto might the strength of the hands profit. I mean, old age was perish. It says, for want and famine, they were solitary, fleeing to the wilderness, in former time desolate and waste. Because, you know, the Edomites, you know what I'm saying, so-called white people, man, they was pushed off into the caves. You know? It says, who cut up the mallows by the bushes?
Oh, that's why you get the word Caucasian. It's possible beings called cave dwellers. Yep.
It says,
Well, we in Cave City, we on fucking rock. This shit wasn't here.
Right.
This wasn't here. This shit hurt. Esau can walk barefoot on this shit.
Yeah.
And here we having ankle problems and shit.
Yeah, right, we just
Back
complaining about
problems,
that.
foot problems. We gotta wear shoes and shit in our fucking shoes.
They cannibals too. They like to eat them raw meat.
Yep. That's
Blood in
Esau.
there, bro.
That's Esau. So all descriptions of the devil lines up to the so-called white man that when you read it out the Bible. Go ahead, bro.
It says, for want and famine, they were solitary, fleeing to the wilderness, in former time desolate and waste. Who cut up the mallows and the bushes and Jupiter roots for their meat? So
Yeah.
the Lord gave them herbs to sustain in them caves, man. You know, to keep them alive.
Yep.
It says they were driven
And you
forth.
see that now today because these Edomites, you know that they big on health. They big on salads and juicings and, you know, things like that. Well, that's what the Lord gave them, juniper roots, which when you actually get some juniper roots, this shit is good. And it's good for immunity and infections and fight diseases and things like that. So that's all they had in the caves. And that's what kept them living, because ultimately they would have perished. But the Lord had it through prophecy for them to raise back up, to take over the earth, to get put down. That's in Revelation 2. You know, they had to get about that state. You know,
It says, who cut up the mallows by the bushes and Jupiter roots for their meat. They were driven forth from among men.
Yep.
They cried after them after a thief.
Yeah, and not just Jake did that. The other nations didn't want them damn devils around them.
Yeah. You watch
The other nations was running them out. Like,
That's right.
you know, hey, I seen something. It was years ago. They was yelling at them. They was yelling at the little hat people. Like, get out of here. Like, they was like, scat, get the fuck out of here. Get out of here. They're like fucking thieves, man.
Yeah, you watch the You Are Amalek documentary, and it goes to the Bolshevik rebellion in Russia during World War II. And when you watch it,
I was just finna say,
Okay.
I ain't see the whole thing of it, but I was just finna bring up Russia. In
Yeah.
1883, I believe in 1883, around that time period,
that's around St. Nicholas Day. I got
it was known as the Russian pogroms.
Yep, there we go.
The Russian pogroms was when the Russians, the other Edomites, but they was tired of them motherfucking little hat people. You know what I mean by little
Oh,
hats.
for sure, yeah.
So they was tired of them motherfuckers. So they was still, you know, they big on taking over businesses in the jewelry and things like that. Just fucking fire.
Loan Shark.
Loan Shark. They showed it in the movie with Adam Sandler though. It's called Gems. Called Gems.
Yeah.
Adam Sandler. They showed it in that movie. You know? This is straight. You see, they want the whole spirit. We just got it in December, but they want that whole spirit around this
Right,
motherfucker.
It's bread and circus.
St. Nicholas was black.
Stop waving.
She stopped waving. She stopped waving.
Come on, right now.
St. Nicholas was black, motherfucker.
They did this shit on purpose.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Wow, this is the custom of the heathen, man. The Lord
Yeah,
don't
it's
destroy
heathen
this
shit,
shit.
that's right.
Oh, she's singing. She must be a
Every holiday.
Yeah.
she must be a singer.
Why you ain't saying to me, baby?
Where you going?
I waved at those as soon as I got out of the car.
That's gonna be on Milwaukee Breaking news, that dumb shit. Hey, if this was on the news, they would not show us in that
Yeah, no,
They gonna
clip the video. Hey, we say, cut to commercial.
We gonna cut the commercial. No, fuck that shit. They don't get no money. They gonna edit the shit out of that. All you gonna hear is St. Nicholas was black. So Israelites around that motherfucker somewhere.
Yeah, they got this one Edomite that be on Facebook, YouTube.
Yeah.
I don't know if you heard of him. They call him Liver King. He's a white dude with long ass beard, bro. You can tell he does hella steroids because he's super buff, bro.
Wait, is that the dude that eats everything raw?
Yeah, all that raw.
Yeah.
They call him the Liver King, and then he be jacking, talking about he don't do like he's a natural, like he like.
Yeah,
he on road.
You can tell his ass don't move, bro. Like they stay the same no matter what position.
Oh yeah, that nigga on that shit.
Yeah.
He on that
He
shit.
in the head. He's talking about eating carnivores and all that shit.
Yeah, I seen
girl,
some.
you ever see them skinny girls, but they just skinny dog, like
Yeah.
you know.
But she got
nothing?
abs.
She got
Yeah,
super strong ass, bro.
Yeah.
With a gut,
Yeah.
gut with abs. I'm like,
They be shooting up.
This is like one of them worms from Men in Black.
just like that, bro. With abs.
Go ahead.
It's back to Job 30 and 5. Say they were driven forth among men. They cried after them after the deep. To dwell in the cliffs of the valley, in the caves of the earth, and the rocks.
Hey, they still chasing after this man as a
They-
thief, man.
Yeah, he a
This
fucking
boy,
fugitive.
he's a thief. Like,
He a fugitive.
that nigga, boy, but real shit. They got the world court.
Oh, yeah, the world court.
You got the world court. You got people calling this man out on war crimes and all type of shit.
So going back to going back to what the other was talking about, the small hat people getting driven out of the lands. When you watch the documentary You Are Amalek, the last part, around like 20 some minutes in, they run down a list of all the countries and the dates when they've gotten ran out of all the countries. So since around 1100 when they converted, or 800 when they converted to Judaism through Kagan Bullen, they've been getting ran out of every country around the world since then.
You know why? Because they always bring decadence.
Yeah.
The reason why they got kicked out of Germany, they said it in the documentary. The Holocaust was a hoax.
That's what I heard too, though.
Yeah, they was into pornography.
They started it.
Yeah, they're into pedophilia, bestiality,
They did.
and they said they was doing all that,
Balenciaga.
all those
Oh,
wicked
you
ass
see the
practices.
bears with the bondage clothing on? They got
Yeah.
and the little kids. And then behind it was the papers, the court papers that made that shit legal
Right.
or something. Yeah,
Right.
that shit is crazy.
That's why Hitler kicked them out of Germany.
That's the
Yeah.
small people. That's the small heads.
That's what they don't want to tell you.
Like all that's
the
bad, bro.
Talmud.
But to me, that's like the worst you could be is like a child molester. Like,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
the worst,
That's the
bro.
worst.
I
That's what you
can't,
put
I
the
can't
death to that.
stand shit like that. Cause I got kids and I wouldn't want nobody hurt.
Yeah,
You gotta protect the generations. They
Yeah.
molest the generations to come.
Well,
Right
that's
out the womb.
Traumatize.
that goes back to these the gods that they worship.
Yeah.
You know, like Baal.
Yeah.
Baal is a god of pedophilia.
Yeah. Oh.
So a lot of the gods that they worship, a lot of gods and deities that they worship goes back to that. So to get the spirit to take over the world, so to speak, they have to do those illicit acts.
Yeah, because that sexual magic is
Yeah,
strong.
sexual magic is a motherfucker.
Yeah.
This is the reason why that's why the whole world is so sexualized.
Yeah.
You know? Ain't no need for us to be so fucking saying we see some titties, your dick get hard. Yeah, goddamn,
Bro, we
it's
should-
just some
yeah,
titties.
yeah.
Right.
It's just titties, nigga. Damn,
Right.
it's titties.
Maybe when we was little kids and shit.
Yeah.
But like now it's like, it's over sexual.
Yeah, over-sexualized, hyper-sexualized.
Yeah, hyper-sexual. Like, just chill, bro.
But I know
Relax.
y'all think the Most High every day, right? Like, cause man, I may be a lot of things, bro, but I'm so happy I don't have that gang spirit on me, that
Man,
bro.
yeah,
Like, I'm so blessed, bro. Like I don't have that
It's
on
it.
me, bro. Like
Yeah.
I just be chilling, dog. Like, it trips me out how they really got that shit.
Yeah. No, hey, it's
The Lord put
it's
it-
a vile
that on-
spirit.
yeah.
Yeah, reprobate spirit, actually. Go ahead.
Yep. This is this is Ecclesiastes 10:1. It says a wise judge will instruct his people, and the government of a prudent man is well ordered.
Yeah,
As
so
the-
it shows that Esau ain't a wise judge. You You know, the leaders is supposed to dictate the government system.
Yeah.
You know, well, hey, you know what the word government means? Mind control. So your government actually should have the standard to push you in the right vibration, in the right mindset on how you're supposed to operate.
Yep, that's right.
With
This
the
government system, the leaders have to be right.
That's right.
But if the leaders ain't right, the leaders is a bunch of homosexuals and a bunch of pedophiles and weirdos. Well, that's how you know the people gonna be, because they passed the laws and justify that act.
Y'all see Biden, his right hand man?
Oh, they trying to sweep that case.
Oh,
under
head
the floor.
nigga in the dress.
I don't want to see the right hand.
Right hand woman.
I don't even want to fuck with him like that.
It says, as the judge of the people is himself, so are his officers.
See, so is his cabinet, his vice president. All right. His who's after the vice president? State
Secretary of State.
Secretary of State. You know,
Speaker of the House.
the Speaker of the House. You know, the ambassadors, those that do the delegations to different cities and countries and things for them. That's a part of the whole structure of the government system.
It says, in what manner of man the ruler of the city is, and what manner of man the ruler of the city is, such are all they that dwell in therein. So if the ruler of the city is a mo, a degenerate, a punk, he gonna pass laws to make the rest of the people in the city punks, man. You know, that's why they passed the laws on the NDA Act with the modes and the bestiality in the military.
Yeah.
You know, that's why you see everybody being flamboyant and going against.
It's witchcraft.
Yeah, I got that too.
Sorcery. The reason being is because when they push it, and don't forget that they push the song YOLO, you only live once.
Yep.
Do it thy will.
Yep.
So
And that's Satanism.
it's Satanism. So what you do is, oh, you know what? I can be curious a little bit. You got these niggas like Tank on goddamn Breakfast Club talking about how
If you suck a phallus one time or two times, it ain't.
yeah. He said he said the nigga said if he blow a rod one time, that don't make you gay.
That makes you tell it.
Two times. He said two.
You got the nigga Turk. You got the nigga Turk. The nigga Turk from Cash Money. He said when he was in prison, they was doing that shit in prison. I'm in prison. What else am I supposed? They put that ideology in your mind that this is acceptable. That's the vibration that they push. You know.
You know, it's a super choice though, because I've been locked up, bro, and I had no problem being celibate in there, not doing nothing. Bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the Lord had the good spirit on
It's crazy.
because that word is demonic, man. And Jay could do that shit, and they don't think that their manhood is taken away. They don't think that they're less of a man. They think that that's just doing what they have to do in that atmosphere. But I'm still a man. That's why there's a lot of punks out here, gangster punks out here. That's why they gangsterlicious.
Yeah, Thug and Love.
Thuggalicious.
That was true shit.
They knew the outcome of what these niggas was gonna be like when they got out of prison.
Why do you think the phrase is the phrase like when you're dealing with a punk or whatever, like in prison they'll say like, oh yeah, when he come out, he's gonna be changed. Why do you think they say things like that? Why they changed him in prison? You're not a man anymore.
I'd rather die than get
Hell yeah, I'd rather get put to death and to do any of that shit.
It says, an unwise king destroyeth his people, but through the prudence of them which are in authority, the city shall be inhabited. This is Proverbs 29:2. It says, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn.
That's why everybody fucked up out here. People mourned out here. Go ahead.
That was it.
Yeah, this is Isaiah 19:14. It said, the Lord hath mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof.
Yeah.
And they have caused Egypt to err.
Yeah, Egypt is erring.
Yeah.
This is Egypt all over again.
Right.
It was a place of bondage. So the Lord put a perverse spirit out here, you know, and not just only homosexuality, but the decadence mindset of evil, you know.
This is Babylon also, right?
Yep, Babylon. Yep.
Egypt is bondage, right?
Yep. Babylon, because of what does Babylon mean?
Like I don't know.
Babal, which means confusion.
Oh yeah. That they worship dude, right? There's like.
Yeah, we just said it, bro.
Yeah.
Babal, no. Babylon is Babal.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Babal, which means confusion.
Okay.
Yep. So Babylon means confusion.
Because I was thinking Babylon like a big city, right?
Yep.
The scripture speaks about it being a city without walls.
Babylon.
No, and it's more wicked now than it was in Sodom and Gomorrah time. And he burnt that shit down.
So how
I
much
can just
more-
imagine what he gonna do here.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's the prophecy. Get the sign. Get
It's
the sign.
way worse now.
Get the sign. You holding that too long. Switch them signs out, man. Get the missiles.
That's a direct quote what you just quoted.
You just
The
standing
scripture
there, bro.
says
Just
that
hold that shit. Just standing
the
there.
scripture says that it shall be more tolerable for Sodom and Gomorrah than for that city, meaning Babylon.
Hey, because the Lord finna shoot the missiles on this place.
Right.
That's what's finna happen. The missiles.
Really quick though.
No, that's not. See, that's the spirit working with you.
Yeah.
You comparing it. Well, if Sodom and Gomorrah got fucked up, how much more did they?
Cause me and him, bro, we've been friends since kids, bro.
God.
Like, the Most High been calling us for a long time, bro. He came first, you know.
God.
I've been like Joe, bro, running away. I ain't gonna lie, like.
Yeah.
But it's
Jonah.
it's been calling
Jonah,
me.
yeah.
Yeah, Jonah. I said Joe. But you know what I mean.
God.
Like, it's not like physically talking to me, but spiritually talking to me.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
That's why I came today. I'm like, I gotta go, bro. I've been, thinking, like procrastinating, but like,
Yes,
there's
hey,
a lot
you
of
just
stuff I
gotta.
gotta get right.
It's that time, bro. Hey, the Lord called you, brother.
Like I told him today, tomorrow could be the end, dog. So,
What's on, brother, today? Yeah, bro. So
I
you
gotta
just gotta,
do like that.
hey, get it in, bro.
Yeah.
Ain't no procrastinating. But like really,
Ain't none of that. I gotta stop. Bro.
all these people finna get the Lord finna destroy this place. So how much more can you procrastinate? A lot of shit finna go down. I'm pretty sure this brother Uriah been telling you, a lot of shit finna go down.
High time to wake out of sleep.
You
He's
know?
like my guardian angel, bro. Cause while I wasn't, no, serious, like while I wasn't listening, bro, he was always there to like keep me connected with the Most
Yeah.
High. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
making sure I don't just stray away like a Jake. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Hey, like, well, you get all things to you help. You get things to you help. I should not shot for that. You know, because it's gonna be men that's gonna be in your way. Be like, no, get it right. That's ultimately the Lord.
Yeah.
Now, if you keep rejecting, the Lord may boot your ass to the river.
Yeah.
You can't keep rejecting. But go ahead, you got it. What
This
you
is
got?
Sirach 5 and 7. It says, make no tarrying to turn to the Lord.
Ain't no tarrying. And you hear, just stick with it. And just know, hey, this is a fight. Satan gonna try to fuck with you. You know, you may get mad, get offended, or whatever it may be, but you gotta keep on pushing. You know, you gotta keep pushing. Hey, believers. Yeah. Well, forget us. Believe the scriptures. Because that's what we're about. Go ahead, read that again.
It says, Sirach 5 and 7, make no
Get
tarrying.
Ecclesiastes 12 and 1.
Make no tarrying to turn to the Lord,
Uh-huh.
and put not off from day to day.
Yep.
For suddenly shall the wrath of the Lord come forth.
See, sudden, like you just said. You just said, maybe tomorrow. You just said it.
Sleeping at night, like you said.
See, you on point with it. You know it. So, hey, now ultimately it's be up to you, bro. Go ahead.
And in thy security thou shalt be destroyed.
And your security, oh, wait, I'm going to go next week. Shit, next week can be Marshall Funk.
Yeah.
You see, here the brothers ain't going to be out here. Next week, the internet can get shut off. Now you ain't going to be able to look at the bros. You ain't going to be able to get it. So we got to get it now.
Yeah.
We got to get it now. And we all had to experience that. We all had to go through that. Like, all right, I hear you. But then the spirit be like, nah, hey, listen. And hey, now we see these brothers up here. Go ahead.
And perish in the day of vengeance.
Yep. And see, the thing is, this is the Lord's vengeance. Real quick, jump to Malachi 4 real quick. You know? Because the Lord said he was going to send forth his prophets first, and then the end is going to come. Because the prophets have to come and tell you what's going to happen. No matter if it's 10 years. It's gonna be, that's what happened with Jonah.
Right.
It can be a duration of time before it happened. That's what prophecy is. Prophecy is to say before. So I can tell you that the Lord is going to destroy this place in the 90s, and it don't happen right then and there. But eventually, 40 years, 50 years in the future, the Lord actually destroyed that place. That's what happened. Give me Tobit 14. That's what happened at the time of Jonah. Jonah was commanded to go to Nineveh to proclaim that it's going to be destroyed. He went to Nineveh, and the people repented. And the Lord didn't destroy it right then and there. But in the future, Nineveh still got destroyed because it was still prophecy for it to get destroyed. It was already set in stone. It just didn't happen right then and there because the people did repent.
So he gave him mercy.
You got it, bro. He gave mercy for a certain period of time. But then he actually really fucked him up. He actually destroyed it. Get your Tobit. Tobit 14.
Why you looking for that?
Go ahead, whatever you got. Why you looking for that?
It's
Yeah.
Malachi
Break it
4:1.
down, too.
It says, "For behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven." Oh. It says, "For behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven, and all the proud, yea, and all that do wickedly shall be stubble. And that day that shall burn as an oven." Oh yeah, right here. The thermonuclear fire, man. Because we just, as of today, matter of fact, as of today, you have Russia and China and North Korea. North Korea is making a push to develop more missiles. They've been shooting test missiles over the Korean Sea for the last 2 weeks.
I just saw on TV was Russia, North Korea, China, Brazil, some other countries that are formed together or something. Yeah.
Yep. Iran.
Yeah.
That's the BRICS. That's all the other nations that's leaving. Fuck America.
All they're trying to get the money currency higher than us. Nobody's been able to do it. But since Russia and China got nukes, America can't bully them.
Exactly. That's prophecy. That's in Isaiah 14.
The Koreans
Isaiah 14. That's a prophecy.
Their rocket propulsion system.
Yep.
They're making sure the motherfucking rockets can meet, come over here.
Euphrates River, I said Nile. Euphrates River, that's all dried up.
Yep.
Yeah. That's prophecy too.
Underneath in there,
That's because it's war. It's about to be
See, the
war.
thing
in
is,
1 year, it went down like this much, bro.
Yep.
Like a lot.
see, what's happening is the Lord is showing his signs that, look, he giving that mercy so the hopeful elect can wake up. Once the hopeful elect, which is the chosen to be fully woke up, he gonna destroy this place.
That's why I so up in here. I'm trying to, you know what I'm saying? I gotta get it.
That's it,
Right.
That's it, bro. You see what that?
It says, "And the day that cometh shall burn them up, saith the Lord of hosts, that it shall leave them neither root nor branch."
Yeah, neither root nor branch. The roots is that's the base of everything. So if the root is gone, there will be no fertilization. If the root is gone, nothing can grow up.
Yeah.
So that's what's gonna be America. This place is gonna get totally wiped out that no one can inhabit it anymore.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
It says, "But unto you that fear my name shall the Son of Righteousness arise with healing in his wings."
See, and those that fear the Lord's name, which is the name is Yahweh, and the son name is Yahushai, those are the ones who's gonna get delivered. You know?
It says,
Not a chariot. That motherfucker, the chariot keep moving. That motherfucker's like that was shot. But the chariot keep moving. It was just right there, and then it moved up. Those is the eagles. The eagles that's gonna come and deliver Jacob.
"Those aren't stars."
You ain't stars.
UFOs.
Yeah, it's just sitting there.
It's
dog.
just
It's not
sitting there.
even moving.
That's a chariot, which is known as a UFO.
That's right.
It's my first time like really seeing it. I see it on YouTube.
Yeah, that's it right there.
Wow.
Yeah, the wherever the carcass, the scripture said wherever
It
the
was so
carcass
early.
be,
Yeah.
that's where.
And I be waiting for them, what they say on scripture, like the loud trumpets, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Well, this is the trumpet.
Yeah.
Hey,
Okay.
It's a spiritual trumpet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
But
like for a
it
physical trumpet.
will be. No, it will be.
Okay.
It will be. It definitely will be a physical trumpet that's going to be sounded.
Yeah.
You know, that's a revelation. But go ahead.
It says, "And ye shall go forth and grow up as calves of the stall, and ye shall tread down the wicked,
That's it.
for they shall be ashes under the soles of your feet in the day."
So what's ashes? That means they're going to get smithereens.
A war of
You
the
know?
worlds.
War of the world.
And they was getting zapped to ashes, man.
Tom Cruise was. Hey, remember
They was
when
getting zapped and the ashes falling over.
when he got in the house, what he did? He went in the mirror and he shook up all them goddamn dead bodies off of him.
Yep.
Ashes.
Yep.
You see? When he was ducking and dodging. You know, that's a movie, nigga. That's a actress, goddamn. As soon as he got in the house, he shook up all the ashes from the dead people that got blasted by him. You know?
It says, "In the day that I shall do this, saith the Lord of hosts, You want to keep going?
Yes, sir.
Okay, come.
We're in Malachi.
Yeah,
You gotta get to
it. It says, remember ye the law of Moses, my servant, which I commanded unto him in Horeb for all Israel with the statutes and judgments.
Yep.
Behold, I will send Elijah the prophet
Here we go.
before the coming of the great and dreadful day of the Lord.
So the Lord said he's going to send Elijah the prophet, which is reincarnation. So the prophet Elijah is going to come back through the Spirit. And he's going to prophesy all over again. Okay, that's the peak of this ministry of ours. It's when Elijah, because that was one of the greatest prophets back in the ancient world. So he's going to come back. And Elijah did come back through the Spirit, you know. And we know him as the elder brother Abba Bivens, which is back in 1969. Okay, it's history. I don't want to.
I gotta check that out though for sure.
Yeah, definitely. This brother gonna give you the information.
Definitely gotta check that out.
Yeah, give you the information about Abba Bivens.
Yeah.
Okay, who we know through the Spirit was that man Elijah coming back in the incarnation, because he set the tone of his ministry that we follow today. Okay.
See, I'm tripped out that prophecy has been already going before I was even born. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was been waiting. I was thought it was gonna be later on.
No, it's prophecies has been happening for decades.
Yeah.
You know, so we catching up.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, you know, we catching up to it. That's why it's urgent for us to get into it so we can know about it. You know. So Elijah has to come back, which he did. Go ahead.
And he shall turn the heart of the fathers to the children, and the heart of the children to their fathers.
Which meaning he's going to bring us back to the understanding of the Bible. He's going to bring us back to the ancient way, which is worshiping Yahweh Shemel Shah. Okay, and that's what we're doing right now. We're seeking out for the hopeful elect. He that have an ear, let him hear. Which means if you understand it, that's the Spirit of the Lord working with you. It can be other Israelites walking past and sit like you, and they may not understand. They can walk off. You know, it's something that be called, but they neglect the calling. You know.
Yeah, like I used to.
A lot has.
Yeah.
You know. So you think Yahweh Shemel Shai that you can be like, okay, I do understand.
Yeah.
You just gotta get a part of it. You know.
Yep. It says, and he shall turn the heart of the fathers to the children, and the heart of the children to their fathers, lest I come and smite the earth with a curse.
See, so the elect got to get woken up before the Lord comes smite the earth with a curse. And that curse is the destruction of this place. That's the curse. You know? Zechariah the 5th chapter. Put that up there. Go ahead and Tobit.
Like it's Tobit 14:4. It says, go into Media, my son. For I surely believe those things which Jonas, the prophet, spake of Nineveh.
See, Jonah, the prophet, spake about Nineveh, which is going to be destroyed. Go ahead. Now, this is a whole different time period. This is in Tobit time period. He was in Nineveh years later. So he's going through the manuscripts like, okay, Jonah spoke about Nineveh being destroyed. You see? Go ahead.
It says that. It said, I surely believe those things which Jonah, the prophet, spake of Nineveh, that it shall be overthrown, and that for a time peace shall rather be in Media, and that our brethren shall lie scattered in the earth from that good land, and Jerusalem shall be desolate, the house of the Most High in it shall be burned. And shall be desolate for a time.
Go ahead, keep going.
And that again, the Most High will have mercy on them and bring them again into the land where they shall build a temple. But not like to the first, until the time of that age be fulfilled. And afterward they shall return from all places of all places of their captivity and build up Jerusalem gloriously, and the house of the Most High shall be built in it forever with a glorious building, and the prophets shall spoken thereof.
Jump to like 14 or 15. Yeah, flip the page.
I just Tobit 14 verse. It says, and he died, and
is he going to reiterate what Jonah told? I mean, what the scripture says in Yeah, 15.
15. Verse 15 it says, but before he died, he heard of the destruction of Nineveh, which was taken by Nebuchadnezzar.
Yeah.
And
So it said before he died, right?
Yep.
So before he died, the prophecy came to pass. The destruction of Nineveh.
It's Nineveh, Assyria, right?
Yeah, that was Assyria. That was the capital of Assyria before Nebuchadnezzar.
Because Babylon had to take Nineveh over.
Yep.
Right.
Then Babylon came and destroyed that place.
Oh, okay.
So that's what he's saying. He's saying that the prophecy, before he died, the prophecy came to pass. Go ahead.
It says,
So that's just going back into, you know, the prophecies don't have to be right when, okay, the world finna end, and then the world ends. No, the world finna end is gonna be certain events that's gonna take place to lead up to the world ending.
That's just the time of Elijah.
Yep.
this back in 15.
Yeah, you grab that too.
It's back in 15. It says, and before he died, he heard of the destruction of Nineveh, which was taken by Nebuchadnezzar and Ahasuerus, and before his death, he rejoiced over
also
Nineveh.
known as Artaxerxes.
He's in the movie 300.
Yeah, he's the richest. Was it Persian?
Yeah.
He was Persian. Yeah, he was a Persian.
Elon.
Go ahead.
This is Jeremiah 25, and I'm gonna start at 10. I'm gonna start at 12 points. And it shall come to pass when 70 years are accomplished that I will punish the king of Babylon and the nation, saith the Lord, for their iniquity, and the land of the Chaldeans, and will make it perpetually desolation. You know, so this prophecy, right after the prophecy of
Nineveh falling, yeah.
you had the prophecy of Babylon falling that was given to Jeremiah. And that prophecy was that in 70 years, in that time period where Jeremiah was alive, that Babylon was going to be destroyed.
Yep.
But it actually took a little bit longer than that.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Because you had certain things that had to happen in order for, you know, you had Daniel that had to rise up.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? To get those prophecies that, you know, the many Tekalu-Farsin.
Yep.
And that's when Babylon was destroyed.
It started to fall then.
Yep.
You know.
And
It's
they
like
wasn't
America has really been through
Since the 60s.
since the 60s. Get that prophecy. America has already been really on its decline during the 60s because the scripture in Obadiah speaks about them going up into the heavens. When they went into the heavens and set their satellite, then the Lord is going to begin to bring them down. America has not been the same since the 60s. This is why Trump came in with Make America Great Again. That Make America Great Again was the good old days.
Yeah, for them.
Exactly.
The good old boys.
Yeah.
Oh, and then it makes sense too because I think the 60s is around the time they realized that the black father, Hispanic father, and that was important. Also, they took us away, bro.
Yep.
Like,
See,
like
now you
Rhode
see.
Island, the
There we go.
We
I
were
went to
rising
court
up
for
at
my
that
kids,
time.
bro. I went to court for my kids, bro. I went to every court date, bro. My baby mama didn't show up for none of them, bro.
Yeah.
One of them, they called her like 7 times. She didn't answer, bro. It was on Zoom because it was the coronavirus thing.
Oh, yeah,
bro,
yeah.
I couldn't log in. It was messing up, you know, because that shit don't be working sometimes,
Yeah,
bro,
yeah.
right? I was 15 minutes late because I couldn't log in, and they dismissed my whole shit like nothing. Bro.
Yep.
They're like, you gotta
They did.
start all over. Bro.
Yeah, when you fuck up,
I
that's when
snapped,
they
bro.
get
I
it.
snapped on the commissioner. Bro.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah, that's
heat.
because it's
But my brother was trying to calm me down. He was like, bro, they've been doing that to us for years. Like, they really trying to take us out of the family to destroy us. The kids need their father, you
Yep,
know?
exactly.
It's like, it's all on purpose.
Yep, exactly. That's right.
That's how that's one of the ways you destroy a nation. The
Yeah.
first way to destroy a nation is to
Take the
take the
father
father
and grab the woman.
and indoctrinate the women and the children.
Indoctrinate that woman. Indoctrinate that bitch.
Because I remember my grandparents, bro, they were married till they died, bro. Like, 50
Yeah.
years plus, bro.
And your grandparents were born in the 60s.
No, well, 40.
50, well, yeah, older. Oh, yeah.
40,
Yeah,
okay.
they're old.
Hey, we're still
But my
following.
mom's generation was the beginning of the bullshit. Like, my dad
Yep.
going around,
Yep.
and then into me,
Our generations, the 80s.
Yeah, my father.
Yeah, we the one that got. We the really the
baby.
fucked up.
Yeah, the 80s babies. Go ahead.
And they ain't got no future.
Their future is a curse.
Their future as is bright as
They better enjoy. They gotta enjoy their inheritance while they got it.
Yeah.
Inheritance.
What's that nigga name? What's that nigga? The blind nigga. A lot of blind niggas. Shit.
Blind Fury?
Ray Charles. I'm about to say their future is bright as Ray Charles. As bright as Ray Charles' eyesight, goddamn.
Right.
Dim.
I was thinking about Red Fox and you put on that big ass glasses.
Hey, they told Michael Black, said you saw Black Steve, he wanted to see you every day.
Shit.
They said, yeah, you know, they can't see shit.
Shit. Go ahead.
This is Obadiah.
This is when Esau began to go down.
It's Obadiah chapter 1, and I'm gonna start at 3. I'm gonna start at 2. It says, behold, I have made thee small among the heathen, thou art greatly despised. The pride of thine heart hath deceived thee.
Esau, the so-called white man.
Thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, whose habitation is high.
The Caucasian man. See, the Lord just calling them out.
Yeah.
You just gotta have to understand it. Okay, those that dwell in the clefts of the rocks. Well, who dwells in the clefts of the rocks? Whose history goes back to Petra?
It's so-called, it's spiritual connection. It correlates to what they do it to the
They say it.
So it's like you can't hide. It like you're being essentially you're being pegged perpetually pegged.
Yeah. Perpetually means eternal.
Yep.
So it says, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground?
That's
Get
Esau.
Isaiah.
He said, get Isaiah 14.
47, sorry.
Yeah. So
Yeah, that's-
Esau saying, who shall bring me down to the ground? And that's come on now, just these Edomites' pride.
Yeah.
You know? From the elite, now the elite is on another level with that. Like who the fuck gonna, we got the witchcraft, we got the sorcery, we got the technology. But on the low level, you got these little Edomites. These Edomites, y'all ain't better than us. Yeah, they just let you know.
Yeah.
You know? These little crack, they don't give a fuck about you. You know? Go ahead.
It says, who shall bring me down to the ground? Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars.
And that is when, what is it?
The satellite that they got on the moon.
Satellite.
Supposedly got on the moon.
Yep.
Russia, and that was back when that was the start of the Cold War, and Russia and
It was the race to the moon.
Yep, it was the race to the moon. Russia, China, and America were trying to get to the moon. They were throwing up all their satellites, and Russia actually beat America to the first satellite was Sputnik. And,
yeah.
I think they almost beat us with the moon land. Well, that shit was fake, bro.
Yeah,
It was fake. Yeah, that was definitely fake.
Yeah, that's code for that's really code for the military. A lot of the satellites.
Yep.
Yeah, and see, the nations know that they didn't make it to the moon. Everybody knows that you can't make it to the moon. There's a belt that Esau can't get, the Van Allen belt that these devils cannot pierce.
The Lord says he set the bounds.
Yeah, he
that
set
they
the
cannot
bounds
pass.
that they cannot pass. You know, it's just like the sea.
Do y'all
Now
think
they said,
aliens is bullshit?
say it again.
Aliens, you think that's bullshit?
Yeah, ain't no such thing as aliens. No, that's bullshit. That's that. The aliens are gods and demons that they worship. That's why they put them in movies so you can be scared of
Yeah,
them.
they got the small
It's
heads.
a demon worship. Actually, the whole alien figure goes back to a god.
I'm glad I was thinking about that too, because I'm thinking like that can't be true. Because you know how they talk about there might be intelligent life in planets.
That's the most high name.
But we got chosen, so you know what I'm saying? This is it.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. You're right, bro.
Yeah.
The higher intelligence is the most high, and the angels. Because they can't understand what the fuck the chariots can do. To this day, they don't understand on how they can defy gravity. They can zip. You know,
They can do whatever
you
they
know
want.
what I'm saying? Yeah.
They can disappear, reappear.
Yeah. The whole reason why they have the camouflage set where you can cloak, like off what's that movie, Harry Potter.
Yeah.
When you put the little invisibility cloak on, that's because they got that technology from the chariots. They didn't see the chariots appear and disappear. The cloak itself and still be right there. You done had a ship ran into a chariot.
Yeah. Oh, I think the brother lawyer posted that video on the chat. That the chariot that swallowed the helicopter.
Yeah.
And then it got smaller and disappeared.
It's on YouTube. You
Yeah, I
can
seen it.
find it on
I
YouTube.
seen it.
As you talking about, right?
No, I ain't talking about that. No, I'm talking about a ship ran into a chariot.
Oh.
You know, it got destroyed or something like that. It was a couple of years ago.
Oh yeah, that's okay.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
But go ahead, you got it.
This is back in Obadiah.
Is it cutting off? We finna close out, so it's the code. That's all.
Yeah.
We're gonna get we're gonna get like 2 more scriptures. We're gonna close out.
Now, this back in Obadiah, chapter 1, verse 4, it says, Thou thyself, it's like, though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars.
Yeah, the nest among the stars is, they have a resting place, so to speak. And that nest would be the satellites. The nest would be, they're trying to actually live outer space for when the Lord comes. Space hotels. They make movies. They make movies about it. It's called
Is Elon Musk trying to do that right with the?
Yeah, he's been
He's trying to make
2000.
commercial flights to space.
Yep. But remember, like about 8 years ago, they was trying to do it with my man Charles. What's his name? Branson.
Yeah. They just got a documentary on HBO Max.
Richard Branson. Yeah, this is about like a decade, about like 10 years ago. Richard Branson and some of the high-class celebrities like Ashton Kutcher. They were in space and lived there for like 30 days. You see how it disappeared though? Yeah. They may have accomplished it.
No, they have.
I believe they accomplished it.
Bro, Elon, that's why you gotta watch the documentary with Slugger. You gotta watch the documentary with Elon Musk. He's been doing that shit since 2000.
Yeah.
NASA pretty much gave him the rights to do all that shit. SpaceX consumed NASA. Bro.
Yeah.
So
they have something called
they got the rocket ships that go up and that come back down. They've been working on that technology for us.
Ultimately, it's because when Yahweh Shah returns, they want to run and escape.
Yeah.
They gonna get the chance to escape so they can go to slavery. Yeah, the elites. The elites gonna escape. The elites ain't finna get destroyed in this place. They gonna escape. We need slaves. And don't think that we talk about 10, 20, 30, 40. No, there's thousands of high-class elites around the world.
We finna rock him with
Hundreds of
It's thousands of elites that's gonna be put in this change.
Since you just said
and
that.
they kids.
And they kids. Isaiah 25.
Yeah. This is Isaiah 24, and really to the point, Isaiah 24 and 21. And it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall punish the host of the high ones that are on high.
That's it.
And the kings of the earth upon the earth. And they shall be gathered together as prisoners are gathered in the pit.
Now, how is the elites going to be gathered? The elites of the world, they're going to be gathered because they're going to escape the destruction. So the Lord is going to give us the power, beginning with Yahweh Shai, to go get these niggas up out these motherfucking caves. That's prophecy. It's going to happen. And it shall take them. They're going to be gathered. The high ones. Who's the high ones? Those are the elites.
I can't wait to get out of this place too.
Another
thing I can't wait. I actually want to see some of the Edomites get judged. Like, I want to see that.
You're gonna see it. You're gonna see it. Hey, there's a prophecy. Get Psalms 91 for the brother. There's a prophecy in Psalms 91.
I really do. I want to see them get shitted on, bro. It's so satisfying for what they did.
It's gonna happen, bro. Lord willing that we can be a part of that too. We just gotta keep the spirit. Go ahead.
No, it says, and shall be shut up in the prison.
Let's get that. Your eyes should be
okay.
Go to wicked.
This is Psalms 91. I'm gonna start at 1.
No, just get to the point. With your eyes shall behold the wicked. I think it's 8.
Yeah, it's on Psalms 91 and 8. It says, only with thine eyes shalt thou behold and see the reward of the wicked.
See, only with thine eyes shall behold and see the reward of the wicked. Destruction. Go ahead.
Because thou hast made the Lord Yahweh, my Shai, which is my refuge, even the Most High thy habitation. There shall no evil befall thee, neither shall any plague come nigh thy dwelling.
See, so we're going to be protected. The Lord going to protect us, and he's going to destroy them. And we're going to see that.
And then
we're going to see technically, these is dead people. These dead people walking. Eventually, the Lord is going to put that into stone. Yeah, these people on death row, you know you did. Like, a nigga on death row, like, ain't no getting out of there. This is over with for you.
Dead walking.
You know? Like, these is dead people walking, man. They just have a due date. They got an appointed time to perish. That's scary. And the scripture says, knowing the terror of the Lord will persuade men. There's a lot of dead people walking amongst us. This is the dead physically, mentally, to start off with mentally dead. They don't know what the fuck going on. And then it's gonna come to the point where it's gonna be physically dead.
2 Ezra 5, it says we shall be taken in great number.
That's it. So we're gonna see it, man. Lord willing, we're part of that number. We can get some action in too.
It's gonna feel good seeing that too, dog. Like just, you know, everything that they believe is right, what we know is wrong, and then just to see, I told you so. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know,
I told you so. Gonna be better than busting it.
I told you you're not supposed to be gay.
Is that you in the fire?
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
Right.
whoa. Where everybody go?
Right, they in the fire.
That's what the Lord said. He said the slain gonna be.
Yeah.
See it. I don't see it.
Hey, sad thing is there's gonna be a lot of our own people too, dog.
Hey, no, it's a good thing. Ain't sad.
Yeah,
Fuck
you're
them.
right.
Fuck them.
Yeah.
Ain't no sad thing. You know, because they hate the Lord.
Yeah, that's, man, you're right.
They
I
hate
gotta
the
stop
Lord.
doing that too, cause you know, I don't. It's because I be thinking about like my friends and shit. But
Yeah,
I gotta,
I
you know
feel you,
what
bro.
I'm
I feel you. We
saying?
had that same mentality, and we got jumped. So fuck
Kids too.
I'm the real.
we had that same mentality, but
Then we got you.
we had to fuck you.
Oh, that's a true story.
Yeah, I beat up. And they ran on you.
Whole neighborhood. Came out the house like
What's his name?
Trayvon
Trayvon
Martin.
Martin.
Bro, yeah.
We already told them how y'all marching about justice when y'all got Edomites in y'all crowd.
Yeah.
How y'all?
And they got pissed.
and they got mad at that.
What the? Like,
Some
damn.
shit.
Ugly fish gonna roll past and catch him on nut if you buck.
You know? So, hey, and you know what? Vocab, man. Hey, Vocab, I had this lesson earlier, man. Vocab. He witnessed the transition of the truth. He witnessed that, you know, in the beginning, like Jake hated us. Jake was fighting us. We was going through.
Oh yeah, they gone.
I wouldn't have focused, bro.
They gone. They gone.
Yeah,
We
that's
don't need them. We can repopulate with white women. We can repopulate.
Asian persuasion.
Shout out to Murray. Let's get another scripture. We're gonna close out.
Well, this is going back to that feeling we got, right? This is Sirach 25:7. It says, "There be 9 things which I have judged in my heart to be happy, and the 10th I will utter with my tongue. A man that hath joy of his children, and he that liveth to see the fall of his enemy."
Right.
I gotta get one of those. I don't have that card. I gotta get one of those. Yeah.
This is the other piece to unlock the rest of the Bible.
Hey, no, it's the spirit. You know what? It's the spirit that the Lord really got it still cheap.
$10. It's never changed.
The spirit got this still cheap. Every other book they went to $1,000.
It would preserve the oil in the wine.
Very not
That's it.
King James Bible, like the stupid old one, bro, and they had pictures of the Israelites.
Yep.
And I'm like, nah.
Yeah,
I just seen it yesterday, dog. I'm
Yeah.
like, no, that's dope.
Gotta get it, bro.
That's that proof right there.
That's it. Okay, well, hey, Lord willing, this was edifying someone for elect. We'd like to give all glory and honor and praises to Yahweh.
Ba'Shem, Yahushai, Ba'Shem, Rakakodash.
Number honest top apostle, great millstone, peace, salutation, hope, collective, work, truth, sincere. Baba Ball.
Baba Ball.
Baba Ball.
Mawafala Ball.
That's right. That's about